What is going on, you guys? My name is Charsonist, and welcome to my very first video on my game dev journey. And possibly my last, because making games is hard. So for the past 3 months, I've been messing around with Unreal Engine, which is essentially a free-to-download game engine developed by Epic Games that allows you to create, well, games. Now, I knew this was going to be a learning process, but after jumping into the blueprinting and the coding, I began to realize these were going to be the most agonizing and rage-inducing challenges I've ever faced. You stupid piece! So when you first open the engine, you get a few templates to choose from. I knew I wanted my game to be in the first-person perspective, so obviously I went with the first-person template, right? Well, strangely, no. To my understanding, converting the third-person template to first-person is actually easier than starting with the first-person.
What? What the fuck?
First-person template starts you off with a pair of arms and a gun, which is cool, I guess. But for me, I want to look down and see the body of the mannequin character, so I just changed the position of the camera instead, and then this happened. Oh my god, what is happening? So after I figured out the camera situation, I moved on to the next step, building the environment. Now, I should mention I'm actually not doing this alone. My buddy Chris is the one that encouraged me to start playing with the engine in the first place. The plan was I would build the levels and Chris would handle the blueprinting. Well, Chris has yet to contribute anything to the project, so what the hell, man? Nah, I'm just kidding. He's actually helped a lot with all the feedback he's given me. He's also still waiting for his PC that he ordered like 6 months ago because GPU shortages and stuff, so it's okay. We're still in this together, man. Anyway, the concept we decided on is an alien abduction horror game where the character would experience hallucinations after getting probed. And yes, probably in the butt. So after spending hours upon hours scrolling through thousands of different assets and textures in the marketplace and Megascan's library, downloading them and then placing them into my world, I went from the third-person template to this. Now, I'll leave links to some of the different assets I used for this, but I'll give you a rundown for the more noticeable ones. First off, my indirect light, sky sphere, fog, and weather effects are all being generated by ultra dynamic sky and weather, which is by far my favorite asset. Huge time saver, it looks great with the new Lumen lighting, UE5, and even has interactive puddle splashes. Next on the list is the Barnyard Pack, which has some corn props, and if it's going to be an alien abduction game, there's gotta be a cornfield, because, you know, crop circles and shit. Also added some creepy whispering gurgle sound attenuations too. Yeah. Those are always scary. By the way, the music you're hearing is actually the theme song I made for this game in FL Studio, so that's cool. And lastly, for the environment, I used retro farmhouse and realistic attic to make up most of the house. Still working on the optimization, so you may see a few frame drops here and there. Apparently, you're limited to 4 intersecting stationary or movable lights, which are the ones I needed since I wanted every light to be interactable. So I did have to strategically place the lights and adjust the attenuation to make it both look good and not take too big of a hit on performance, but it could still use some work. far as jump scares go, they're pretty non-existent so far, but I did add this cracking glass and disappearing shadow, which I made all by myself. And you know, I just had to throw a couple mannequins in there because, you know, they're creepy. I did replace this mannequin, not these mannequins, but the mannequin character, with some dude named Nathan from Render People, and had to retarget the animations, which took quite a bit of time to figure out. Also added a flashlight I can toggle on and off using left click on the mouse. Attached footstep sounds to the walking and running animations. Added a zoom by holding right click, and made interactable doors and light switches with some sound cues by using a line trace. All of which I relied heavily on many YouTube videos just copying the blueprints. And yes, I know, maybe that makes me a fraud, a poser, not a real indie game developer, but making games is hard, guys. In fact, I'm at the point now where when I try to rebuild the lighting, my entire PC freezes, and because Swarm Agent can't generate the light map data for some reason, and I don't understand why, and it's so goddamn frustrating! Ah! So yeah, this has been my process of learning Unreal Engine 5. Feel free to like the video, leave a comment to give me your opinion, and subscribe to the channel. I normally post horror game playthroughs, so be sure to check those out. And if there's any game devs out there, please, any advice on fixing this issue would be much appreciated, because I'm literally stuck now. I'm running a 3060 Ti, a Ryzen 5 3600X, I believe, and 16 gigs of RAM. And I know you guys are probably gonna say you need to know more information, but that's all I got in this video. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.